Hey, friendo. Whoa. I've already been on such a journey with you. I don't know if I could handle anymore. Can you really do it?
Fantina, let's fill you with cheer.
The spectral energy flows through your dateviators.
Oh my god!
For a moment, you wonder if perhaps it hasn't worked. Fantina stands in place, looking around in an oscillating sort of motion just the way she used to. But then she's moving far more organically, feeling herself all over, and riding the roller coaster of newly human emotions.
Oh my god! This absolutely cannot be real. This cannot be happening right now. Somebody pinch me. If I'm not bleeding, you're not pinching hard enough. I just cannot believe it. This is legit cray. I'm so close to shaking, crying, and throwing up. But now I'm concerned actual fluids would come out of me. Is that normal? Yipes! God, there's so much I want to do, you know? So many fandoms I can participate in. I have so much love in me to go around. Like, don't get me wrong, being your #1 fan was really, really great. But now I can do whatever. Be a fan of anything, anyone. Even a fan of everyone. It's amazing. And you did that for me.
And so, with a veritable buffet of options to gorge herself on, Fantina set out to find her place among what she considered the most promising fandoms. She tried being a band groupie, a Discord mod, a Patreon subscriber. But nothing gave her the same heady satisfaction as the simple positivity of cheering someone on for being themselves. That is, until she found out about actual cheerleading.
Woo?
And again, in typical Fantina fashion, her first day on the field found her having trouble focusing on the task at hand.
Go team! Go other team! Go concession staff! Go people eating hot dogs!
Her irrepressible ebullience led to her becoming the mascot of sports in general, and soon to take on the world at large. The world's first traveling non-denominational cheerleader. Fantina gives love and support wherever it is needed, and especially when it's unexpected.
Great job mailing that letter. Go bank tellers! I want to hear some parking support.
It's adorable.
These doors here are of the sliding variety. Rather than swinging it out, I glide across myself horizontally, never touching. You may try to have both sides of me open at the same time, but let me be the first to say that it is physically and spatially impossible. I'm not opposed to it. You have the requirements, I presume.
Knock, knock, Dorian. Here comes a whole new form.
The spectral energy flows through your dateviators.
At long last, I stand as a human. A bit wet. Squidgy. There's something I've been looking forward to trying for a very long time.
From out of his pocket, Dorian pulls a jump rope. How that got in there is a miracle of dateviator technology. Dorian gives the jump rope a firm squeeze, then proceeds to hop in place for around 30 seconds. He stops and looks around.
Well, that was quite fun. I think I'm done here.
Dorian places his hands on the front door frame as he looks back into your house one last time.
Stay strong.
He turns to go.
Hey? There's only one path for me. When you're ready, I'll see you on the other side.
Ah, you have returned. Obviously, you could not stay away from your most loving companion. I do not blame you. I too would choose my own company out of many in the house. Most, even. Ah, do you think so little of me, Juna? To be anything other than delighted to share in your friendship would be foolish. And we are friends, yes? Then I count myself lucky to have you. Now, come, let us discuss friend things. Oh, I will. Friend things are things that friends do together. Things that require teamwork and mutual understanding. For us, it might be something like how we are going to get Jean-Loup back for doing that artistically bereft graffiti on my face.
There you are, friend. It is always so good to see you. Realize? Me?
Sorry, but Dasha can't be realized just yet. Seems like she still needs to be there for Shelley. Does that make sense? That's okay. Just keep checking in with the names I mentioned, and your dreams will happen sooner than you can realize.
My friend, it is good to see you. Tell me, is there anything I can do for you? Quanto glorioso. Can it be? Amore, I know you have a humorous heart, but please, don't jest with Cabrizzio about this, the deepest unspoken desire of his heart. Are you sincere?
Allora, become umano.
The spectral energy flows through your dateviators.
The most stunning man alive. The beating heart of Italia. Cabrizzio, in the flesh, for once and for all time. Sono vivo!
Cabrizzio tells no lies. This newly human man is not only absolutely stunning, but Italian with a capital I. Cabrizzio took his massive shoulders and his chiseled jawline directly to the airport and boarded the first flight for La Bella Italia. He flew standby and ended up with a middle seat between a very grumpy middle manager and a slightly crotchety, mostly sleepy Canadian. By the time they landed in Rome, the tax adjuster was teaching the whole section a drinking song from her days working at the Renaissance Fair, while the Canadian scribbled furious notes on Cabrizzio's recipe for the perfect pomodoro sauce. Needless to say, Cabrizzio fell in love the moment he stepped out of the airport. Everything he saw brought a tear to his eye, a song to his lips. He declared loudly and repeatedly that Roma, that Italia, was the most perfect place in all the world. He danced and swayed through the streets, and it wasn't long before he became almost as much of a tourist attraction on the streets of Rome as the streets of Rome themselves.
My joy cannot be contained. I could not restrain myself even if I tried, but I would never try. Italia deserves my joy. I deserve my joy of Italia. We are together, Italia and I.
The Tour Italy Bureau took notice. When their representative could weave her way between Cabrizzio's waving arms and flashing legs, she offered him a permanent position as a tour guide and representative of the best of Italian culture.
Can you believe it, Amore? They want me. I want Italia, and Italia wants me right back. Could I ever be any happier than I am in this moment? I don't know. How, I ask? Italia may answer me, but for now, come for a tour of the most perfect city in the world.
There was a development that the Tour Italy Bureau did not anticipate. Cabrizzio, after each of his tours, asked his customers where they were going. They, quite understandably, replied that they were going home.
Home? You're leaving Italia?
So shocked and unmanned was he by this patently indefensible position, Cabrizzio began following his customers, whom he now thought of as family, to the airport. The whole ride would be spent with him trying to understand their decision, convinced that they must be crazy, had not fully taken in what he had shown them, the passion that he had tried to instill in their hearts. He followed them up to security, and with one poor couple from Thailand, he actually found his way through security and accosted them at their gate, with fresh bresaola, ricotta, and a bottle of Chianti. He now spends his days giving tours and his nights at the airport, bewailing the mistakes that all the departing passengers are making.
I hope David saw my email. If his last blustery most mail is any proof, seems like he did. It was a last-ditch effort, but I still think it was the right choice. Even though it would have been kinda fun to watch Norman the Terror Worm cause an economic recession. Now all we can do is wait. Oh, and when the government finds you, just plead ignorance. Say you grabbed the wrong backpack or something. People accidentally walk off with experimental military technology all the time. Only one way to find out. I'm so sorry, I can't talk anymore right now. I'm stealing coffee shop Wi-Fi and the barista finally noticed I'm only ordering tap water. Oh, gotta go, good luck.
You're back again to visit. My friend, I do so delight in you. Excitement! I'm not surprised we have come to this moment at last. I have known for some time what a marvelous human being I would make. I will make. Ah, yes, it is time. You have the necessaries?
Come on, Amir. Let's become human.
The spectral energy flows through your dateviators. There is no shock, no wonder in the air as Amir takes stock of himself, inspecting his human body in the old mirror he once was. He simply nods, before turning to give you a coy smile.
Yes! You see, Azizam? I am incredible! Exactly as I knew it would be. It is quite something to have a physical body now to experience the sensations I have only dreamed of until now. How will I ever get enough of my own self, my own face? How will I ever get enough of sharing myself, adoring and receiving the adoration of others? Oh, what an exciting question to ask.
Amir, after searching and searching for the perfect way to honor himself and the love he felt for humanity, finally realized his calling. He moved to Hollywood, and after several months of challenging auditions, was hired as a series regular on The Soft and the Sensual. He played the character of Maggie, a world-famous race car driver who moonlights as a prominent surgeon and has a bad habit of falling in love with all of his patients. In a case of life imitating art, Amir developed a habit of falling in love with all of his castmates. It was not a problem, as all of his castmates were in love with him too. It speaks to the genuine generosity of Amir's heart that even with all this love running around the set, there was not a single incidence of jealousy. There were no broken hearts. In fact, The Soft and the Sensual became even more famous with other actors and potential crew members than it was with its massive adoring public. Everyone wanted to work on a set where love truly did reign. When it became clear that Amir was the source of this power, he was given his own spin-off show. Maggie, Racing for Love, has been nominated for awards in every single year of its run. Alas, it has never won.
Hola, mi amor. I miss you already. Don't be a stranger, okay? Shut up. Ay, Dios. Really? I'm so excited. Oh my god. I don't even know what to do with my cords. Like, now? Like right now?
Set this toaster to realize.
The spectral energy flows through your dateviators. Miranda does a charming little twirl, looking herself up and down. She sings a few test notes, giggling with delight at the result.
Ay, Dios. I'm a sexy human. Look at me. Listen to this voice. Do you have any idea how many albums I'm gonna sell now? Like, even more than I sold when I was a toaster. That's like a lot.
The next time you saw our dear Miranda Dulcita was from the back of a massive and sold-out stadium, where she was touring in celebration of her new album. She couldn't see you from the stage, but having gotten your text that you would be there and so excited to finally see her perform live, she threw a great big wink out into the crowd.
Mwah. And that's for my favorite little slice.
Of course, everyone in the stadium assumed that they were her favorite slice. But you knew the truth. Miranda has promised to set aside tickets for you at any show you can make. Even though you've seen it countless times, she always gives you a special shout-out when you attend. She's so excited and happy to be traveling and performing fully herself at last.
Dear friend, I'm absolutely swamped with all my preparations. I have decided to put on a magic show. I simply can't talk, but you must know that as soon as I have a free moment, it's yours. Ha! Now you are the one playing tricks. For if you truly meant it, if you truly meant that you were going to realize me and make me human, well, then this would be the most exciting day of my whole existence. And when I woke up this morning, I was by no means prepared to have the most exciting day of my existence. So, by all the holy starch and pleats, yes! Let's do this! Ultimate magic trick begins!
Abracadabra! I, Ronaldini!
The spectral energy flows through your dateviators.
I, Ronaldini, the single greatest magician, writer, Canadian alive!
I, Ronaldini, departed the next morning with his literal bag of tricks as the sun broke over the horizon. A magician by trade and in his heart, I, Ronaldini, sought out the real-life equivalent of his magicking roots. But unfortunately, he quickly proved to be rather clumsy as a human. So he got himself a job in a high-end magic shop with a secret back room where he learned about real mysticism and the real occult. Naturally, his interest was instantly piqued, and he thought, at last,
I have found the calling of my new life!
oh dear, he thought so. But he proved to have very little skill as a true occultist either. I, Ronaldini, became despondent.
If I cannot be a true magician, and I cannot even pursue the mysteries of the occult, what is there for me? My God, what am I? What shall I do?
One cold and rainy Tuesday afternoon, as he depressedly restocked the shelves in the magic shop, one of the true occultists entered in a terrifically rumpled blue velvet cape. Almost without thinking, he slipped it from her shoulders. His fingers seemed miraculously to regain some of their former dexterity, and it was merely the work of a moment for I, Ronaldini, to make that cape look new. Better than new. It looked splendid. And that's when he finally realized it. This was it. By the very next week, Ron was prepared to launch his company, Magiflat.
I sell complete magical clothing press kits that will make even the most delicate or complex fabric shine like new. You want to look your best? Then you use the best.
In short order, I, Ronaldini, was no longer working in the magic shop, no longer despondent, and no longer doing the ironing by himself. Success was so resplendent, the money so plentiful, that it could only be ascribed
to magic.
Welcome to Roofbox, the home for all your coffee needs.
As she speaks to you, Kopi adds the finishing touches to a drink on the counter that better resembles a milkshake than a cup of coffee.
I'll be right with you. Just need to get these chocolate shavings. Not just any chocolate either. Gotta be imported Swiss milk chocolate. A drink like this is basically a coffee-flavored dessert. I think there's much better ways to get people into coffee without doing all this. But it's for everyone's sanity that I do this, so one little chip off my integrity won't kill me, I guess.
A chill comes over the room. Kopi looks somewhere behind you, perking up and putting on her best customer service voice.
Welcome to Roofbox, the home for all your coffee needs.
Too loud.
Friar Errol has arrived, and he looks positively dreadful. You've never seen him look so tired.
Sorry, Friar.
Too loud, child. Nothing in this drink is fried, so no. I am a humble servant to our Lord of Convection, and I cannot do my best work until I am caffeinated. Coffee is not one of his creations, but his blessings can be found within it all the same.
He reaches out to take the coffee from Kopi, inhaling its scent with a little groan before he takes a long drink. The friar has a whipped cream moustache that he doesn't seem to notice. Kopi raises her eyebrows at you, but says nothing.
Kopi has been sworn to silence about my drink order, and now you will join her. Embarrassed? No. My work is too important to be jeopardized by distractions like being mocked for my delicious drink order. Anyone with sense will know that just because my drink is luxurious does not mean I indulge myself in truly dangerous, sinful temptations. But my flock is easily confused, and it is best to spare them such things. So you will keep this secret.
He turns on his heel and walks off without another word, sipping at his drink with another strange little groan.
See what I mean? Just easier to make it for him than trying to get him to relax a little. You know, I've got this really great roast you ought to try. And if you want something sweeter, I've got some leftover chocolate shavings. Hey, friendo. Glad to see you again. Now, I'm still thinking of names to call my cafe. Kopi's Coffee, Kopi's Kopi. I'm still workshopping it. Anyways, what can I get ya? Wait, really? I can go do whatever I want?
Rise and grind, Kopi!
The spectral energy flows through your dateviators.
Yay! Welcome to Human Box?
Kopi bristles with energy. Her ability to make coffee has increased 1,000-fold, what with having actual fingers.
Okay, what can I get you?
She looks deep into your eyes, searching for some sign that all of this is real.
Do you mean it? I don't have to work in coffee anymore? Take orders? Nothing like that? But I still like helping others and spreading knowledge about coffee. Maybe I could open a shop of my own. One free from multinational corporations.
Kopi searches the world for the best place to make a small shop. One way she can serve coffee slowly, getting to know all the customers who come by. Although she is still shell-shocked if any friars walk in. A haven for coffee and a relaxing life, Kopi finds herself in the laneways of Melbourne, Australia. Plus, her accent fits right in anyway.
Welcome to Starbucks.
Yes, with the walls full of the sound of the Indonesian instrument the sitar, Kopi has found a way to rebrand Roofbucks with a name that doesn't sound like anything else, while paying homage to Southeast Asian culture. The coffee is poured extra slowly, and the conversations are extra long. Customers who come and visit are treated to education and elucidation on bean provenance and preparation.
Hey, so glad to see you again. I'm always thinking of our adventures. Hope someday we get to do it again. So I can pick up human cases? I've always been curious about how those work. I think I'll need a name change, though. How about Nancy Drew? I'll have to brainstorm then. Do you have the necessary evidence, though?
on, Maggie, let's solve this realization riddle.
The spectral energy flows through your dateviators.
Yes! Do you have manila envelopes? I am aware. I have deduced this by the simple fact of taking a breath. I would like to start making a case file immediately. Everyone.
Maggie began her investigative career, vowing to catch criminals with ironclad evidence. However, after her 15th crooked Wall Street banker walked free with only 6 months in prison and a 6-year trial, Maggie found there was an insurmountable gulf between guilt and justice.
Damn them.
After only a brief period of despondence, Maggie realized she could create her own justice in the form of stories. She turned the great looking glass of her intellect towards the creation of a new genre of fiction, magnified detective romance.
My stories involve a very close look at the intricacies of investigative lovemaking. Oh, I'll have to send you a signed copy of the manuscripts after I'm done with my latest book tour.
Maggie's new career was incredibly successful, though she kept a modest lifestyle. For the proceeds of her work always went towards fostering the next generation of investigators.
Hi! God, it's been such a whirlwind with school, but all of it is amazing. I won't get to work with patients for a while, but just hearing my instructors talk about, like, connecting with people, holding their hands, looking into their eyes, comforting them in the worst moments of their lives, I want so badly to do that too. Thank you. This might sound silly, but I was sitting there in class, thinking about, like, what you're doing, with all those objects you're dating. Like, beyond the dating. You're, like, giving them lives, helping them find their true selves and stuff. I don't know. It's really nice. I feel like you and I are both in our own ways, trying to make the world a little gentler, a little sweeter. So I hope you'll keep that up. It makes David most pissed off, and it's a really nice thing to do. Well, not anything, please. A very fair sentiment. I should probably get back to my reading, but I just wanted to thank you again for believing in me. It's crazy how different both of our lives are now. Come on! I could never! I'm gonna be crazy busy here coming up, but just remember, I'm always in your corner. Even if we don't get to talk all day like before, I hope you date all the things in your house and make them happy, and most importantly, I hope they make you happy too. Take care, friend. Talk to you later.
Sure. Seriously? I can run around and travel on planes and boats and what have you? I have to have legs? I'm so excited I feel like I could fly. Actually, that'd be wicked. Can my human body have wings? Can I be a wing-a-ling human? Can you do that?
I'm afraid not, but I'll do my best to keep that feeling intact. Spin for us, Gaia.
The spectral energy flows through your dateviators.
Whoa. Whoa! Check me out! I'm just a little guy! A little guy who fits comfortably on economy airliner seats! Where should I fly to first? Where should I visit? Ah! I can't decide!
Gaia spins around, but quickly becomes dizzy. She teeters back and forth with swirls in her eyes.
Whoa! If I do that again, I'm gonna lose me lunch. I'll have lunch to lose! There's so many human things I get to do! Okay, first things first. Gotta get myself a ticket, gotta get myself a passport. There's no time to lose. I gotta get on the first bus I can find and just go. Where I end up, nobody knows.
Gaia salutes you. She scampers upstairs and frantically begins packing. Her first few months as a human are fraught with problems. Airport security doesn't take "I used to be a piece of furniture" as an excuse. She ends up detained more than once. However, within the year, Gaia begins her globe-trotting journey. She always travels light, but never forgets to bring her scrapbook, which contains hundreds of pages of photos, postcards, restaurant menus, tickets, and anything else she can catalogue. Whenever you plan a trip, Gaia is the first one you call. She always knows the best spots. And whenever you disembark at the airport, she's always waiting for you at the baggage claim. Even if you didn't tell her you'd be traveling.
There you are, friend. It is always so good to see you. Realize? Me?
Sorry, but Dasha can't be realized just yet. Seems like she still needs to be there for Shelley. Does that make sense? Happy dating! I'm really glad you keep coming back to me, I gotta say. Being the tutorial lady means that people usually like to ignore you. Aw, thanks. Welcome! What can I do for you in my main menu? Oh, let's. There's lots I can chat about. Me? Scoochin'! Anything else? Ooh, that fantastic red shirt is looking rather nice today. Did you realize everyone? Are your specs enough? Sorry, but without realizing everyone else, you should really keep me here. Otherwise, it's basically game over. Oh, all right. Then let's get this started. Well, this time, let's do it right.
The spectral energy flows through and around your dateviators, and what was once the dateviators themselves becomes... Skylar is transformed, realized, but she's not as excited as you might have imagined. She looks down at herself, and then back at you.
Ooh, whoa, ooh. I am feeling mixed about this. On the one hand, alive and human, so yay. But on the other...
Skylar grasps her own glasses in her hands.
I'm useless now. No, you're not useless. Don't say that. You've brought a whole lot of love into this world. Before I go, let me just stick one last portrait on the bulletin board. Whoa. Wow, that's 90 realized datables? You know, if you need any help with making this last push any easier, I can give you some extra features in my app. To the phone!
Valdivianites, my name is Franklin. Franklin Oliver Ivan Least. As you may have surmised, I have hacked the email account of your CEO, David Most. David, if you're reading this, I just wanted to say, I forgive you. Yes, you've done a lot of damaging things that hurt me personally, and things that have harmed your employees. Your actions have broken our trust, and that trust may never be repaired. But I also know you were never intentionally malicious. You were under enormous pressure to do what you thought was best to ensure the prosperity of this company, to stop anyone from standing in the way of its success. But now it's time to recognize that the person standing in the way of Valdivian's success is you. You've made mistakes, that's true. But you're still our leader. And now there's thousands of wonderful, hard-working people who are looking for you to set an example one last time. Show them why I was proud to call you my partner.
There's nothing left to do. Though it can be nice to stand in a quiet, lonely place for a time. Do you stay and stand more? Or do you leave? Without a second glance, you open the door and leave this tiny, tiny overworld. There he is, billionaire David Most. You've seen so many photos of him, but no photograph has ever accurately captured the experience of standing in his presence. He's short, but still manages to feel like he's taking up more space than he deserves. He glares at you, doing his best to look intimidating.
Well, well, well. I've got you. Hand them over. Don't you know me from my wildly popular talks? I'm David Most, founder of Valdivian. I know. It's what gives me my unbridled aggressive tendencies. I'm here to take those date-viators, but I won't resort to physical violence, not after the lawsuits. So what are you going to do about it?
You stare straight into David's eyes, saying absolutely nothing.
You can't peer into my soul. I don't have one. Come off it. How did you know that? No, they're for the government. How? Yes.
Your speech cut David to the core, ruining his resolve forever.
Hey!
Years of friendship, ambiguous flirting, and wondering what it would be like to see Sam in person. And now here she is, just casually showing up at your doorstep.
They showed your house on the news, you know, because of all the helicopters and shit, and I guess I just thought if strangers can pop up at your place... I mean, it's less weird if I do it, right? I'm so proud of you. I'm gonna take most of the credit, honestly. Anyway, just wanted to show my face and let you know that I care. It's been going great. I guess we're both kind of saving the world in our own ways. I just get paid for mine, LOL. Ooh, sorry for saying the LOL out loud.
And so you leave your home for the first time in what feels like weeks. Though the world can be frightening, your new friends and lovers are there to welcome you with open arms. Valdivian was quietly taken over by Franklin Least. Franklin's tenure at Valdivian sees him as a figurehead for good deeds and great business the world over. It's genuinely incredible how much good Valdivian does for the world out of David Most's hands. Abel is a regular fixture at the farmer's market, giving his homegrown vegetables away to those in need. You're not entirely sure how he supports himself, but whenever you ask, Abel just tells you a man's entitled to his secrets. Erin continued her storied career as an auctioneer, with her uninterrupted chattering bringing the highest prices no matter what was being sold, which also increases the value of your own time together as she breathlessly recites the reasons she loves you. Amir never stopped attending the award ceremonies, as it always gave him a chance to show off his fabulous gowns. Eventually, a special category, most times nominated without a win, was created, especially for him. Unfortunately, he did manage to lose that as well. Because of his propensity to wander the museum, gazing with wistful eye upon the paintings to which he was so intimately connected in his former existence, art became the unwitting subject of a great photographer. Now and again, Amma would invite you for a night at her remote lookout tower to get away from it all and enjoy the peace and quiet. When you visit her, the glint of the medals she's won fighting blazes all across the country can be a little blinding. To Amma, though, the real prize is the safeguarding of her beautiful surroundings. Eventually, Barry could not bear the tide of demand for his own bespoke line of beauty products. Unfortunately, he remained too candid to satisfy the marketing department. Beau's physical exuberance soon proved overwhelming for children aged 6 to 10. Fortunately, on one of her long parkour-style runs through the woods around the camp, she discovered what would quickly become her new passion, a natural skills survival camp called Wild Ones. She learned to start a fire, build a shelter, hunt and forage food. She naturally shared all of this with her own young campers. Beau goes on retreats with the Wild Ones at least 3 times a year, and she always makes a point to reserve a spot for you. When you go, she packs her extra-large tent. Betty's near-instinctual ability to help people comfortably and safely find their sexy side soon leads her to Hollywood, where she takes up a second career as an intimacy coordinator. You're excited to see her name in the credits of some high-profile releases, including an award-winning adaptation of a beloved fantasy novel. But even booked and busy, Betty always makes time for you. The Tipsy Tumbler became famous for bring-your-own-ingredient nights, where local patrons can bring whatever food and drinks they like to try to stump the master mixologist. Beverly has never failed, and has created a hurricane of new custom cocktails named in her honor. Bobby is Employee of the Month for the 3rd time in a row. They try to rationalize this as them finally being good at crime, but both of you know better. Bodie's consulting work has made him a regular fixture on the awards circuit, including the Emmas. He normally makes a splash on the fashion pages for his daring and colorful ensembles. Eventually, Cabrizzio decided that the best use of his time and talent was just to stay at the airport. It is the hub, he claimed, the nexus of the perfect decision to come to Italy, and the disastrous decision to leave. The kiosk he erected is called La Casa Nostra, and due to its eccentric and charming proprietor, is now a tourist draw in its own right. Cam still dominates the county dump site. He's in line for a promotion, Regional Refuse Regulator, an office job. As they uttered the word office, Cam's skin crawled. He'll most likely stay right where he is. Florence and Celia end up both running for the same position in a local township, in a bid to squeeze out the competition. To their surprise, Florence wins the election. Nowadays, Celia is the one running things from behind the scenes. She's having a nice time taking a break from the public eye. Florence is just glad she gets to relax. Jeremy is currently holding down just one job, for the moment anyway. She found work at a year-round Halloween costume house as a demonstrator. Every day she goes into work to find out what she'll be wearing that day, and even though this is not strictly included in the job description, she creates an in-depth and engaging backstory for every character she portrays. Despite his name, Chance did everything for his community, deliberately and lovingly. He became so well known that his patients urged him to start streaming his play sessions. He's just begun, though he can't imagine that anyone would ever want to watch someone playing G&G. When he develops his campaigns now, Chance routinely drops by to consult with you. He claims he's never had such good or such pleasurable input on his creations. As the sassy chap sulked in the corner of a bar the night of his proposed video game release date, smoking his bubble pipe, the witty insults he threw at the other customers got some big laughs. He can be found at all the glorious salons around Europe, dispensing wit as easily as he spends other people's money. He spends yours just as lovingly. Clarence's newfound fame and fortune leaves him with less and less time for his beloved Batman Dakimakura, and one day the pillow simply shows up at your doorstep. Was it the pillow's idea? Clarence's? You're not really certain, but you carefully store it away in Clarence's old closet. It reminds you of him. Connie has turned from voice acting into game development. Her current project is under NDA, but sources seem to claim it's The Legend of Sassy 2. In a loving gesture, she's hired you to voice her star character. Rod is currently racking up the nominations and is looking to return to comedy soon. Kurt is currently writing the televised roast of Rod. Everyone expects it to be the announcement of a new joint project. They both deny it, of course, but it is.
Damon is always standing behind you, protecting your every move.
Daisuke sends you pieces others have made of him. Your home is beginning to fill up with beautiful drawings, photographs, and sculptures. You can't help but smile when you see them, especially the ceramic sculptures. It's almost as if he's home with you once again. Daisuke invites you out to art classes with him frequently. He never improves, and he never manages to make anything beautiful. But the smile he gives you when your eyes meet over your latest creations, it never fails to make your heart flutter. Whenever his wings appear in a bar, the loneliest customers see it as a sign of trust and honor. He also becomes responsible for a marked increase in weddings in your town, as well as over 300 children. All legitimate and well cared for, of course, as he only believes in using his powers for sparking real relations, not just one-night burnouts. Dante has offered to set your love life on fire too, when you're ready. You both not so secretly know that when you are, he's going to set you up with himself. Burn me, baby. Diana's talent for directing cars is legendary. Her zero-accident reputation gets her to the top of the Traffic Stop Top 40 charts. A big-time traffic producer notices and takes her to the big leagues. Air traffic controlling. Naturally, with her dapper hat and her perfect balance between rapport and rationality, she shines with iconic grace. The more time you spend with Dolly, the more impressed and inspired you become. One day you realize with a start that you've elected to pursue your own PhD course, with her as your advisor. Her faith in you gives you a powerful confidence. Your thesis is tentatively entitled The Effects of Tantra on Getting a PhD. Happy studying, graduate. Dorian became a doorman. What else did you expect? He's happy, though. Doug's path for entertaining people through the story of the yo-yo was never truly destined for success. But Doug has never cared about success, and somehow his stylings are still available on public access every night. Drysdale is still happily employed at JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but in more than one capacity. He performs at night, and during the day he uses the space to teach both pole and exotic dance. As you might imagine, he has a fanatically devoted following. Dunk's kids finally managed to win a game. Dunk sends you his trophy to remind himself to stay humble. It sits in your workout room, a sweet reminder of him and his sincere love of the game. High-voltage realty filled Eddie's soul, and also his wallet. He's currently planning a vacation to Berlin for himself and Volt. History, fabulous nightlife, great food. But don't tell Volt. It's a surprise. Your time with Emmanuel was short. While you were offered the highest level of care and attention, the glint in his eyes proved to be all too much for you to take. Fantina is currently on tour on major sidewalks around the country, helping give support for good driving habits, matching clothing ensembles, and great smiles. Faria remains an enthusiastic fixture at your local medical center. She's working her way through the clinical portions of her medical education, and like anyone in that situation, is exhausted and stressed out most of the time. But her attitude remains optimistic and helpful. There's nowhere else she'd rather be. Freddie rarely comes down from the mountaintop. He has been the subject of several documentaries, yet never appeared in any of them, in spite of repeated requests. Gaia hasn't stopped traveling since she left the house. She keeps you updated and tags you in every photo on social media. Her profile banner updates with a checkmark on every country, city, and river bottom she's visited. The Hanks convince you to join them on their impossible expedition to base jump off the flat Earth. The six of you pass the fifth gate of the Great Ice Wall, sail past Shangri-La, and stare over the never-ending waterfall at the end of the world. When you finally dive off and freefall through miles of space and land on the moon, you truly can't believe these idiots were right. Harper's tattoos gain national attention when she begins offering free wedding band tattoos to couples looking to fully commit. Nothing makes her happier than helping couples show their commitment to each other permanently. Hector's artistic masks are used both digitally and in the real world. The sense of mystery they evoke brings forth tantalizing magic where there was none before. He is a happy mask salesman in his downtime between grafting. You get to Thimbledon in time to see Hero complete her first real-world special technique, Starlight Smash Again. The unexpected technique transforms the landscape of tennis forever. After Hoove completed his PhD thesis, The Event Horizon, a proof of temporal interdimensionality, he decided to go on a short vacation. He came back to find that his paper had been translated, studied, and accorded the honor of being the most recent quantum leap in our understanding of our universe. Holly spends her days zipping around town making deliveries, spreading good cheer everywhere she goes. Her payment of anything goes means that everyone can use her services, and her scooter is covered with drawings, stickers, and even desserts. Sometimes Holly will create a little package or present for you, just to have the excuse to deliver it. She's often there and gone before you have a chance to really take her in, but it's all right. You have a smiling confidence that she'll blow back into your life very soon. Not long ago, Ron released his latest piece of technological wizardry, his patented clothing press, but travel-sized, so small that it fits inside his very own top hat. Or anyone's top hat, really. It's the perfect size, no matter your chapeau of choice. Jacques regards his budding career with Fantasy Cruise Lines with great sincerity. He has been the most highly reviewed captain in the company for almost 5 years now. TripAdvisor in fact recommends him so highly that his cruises sell out up to 6 months in advance. So far, no paying guests have died. Kids come from miles around to see Jerry's intricate model train sets. They're free to peruse his miniatures and control the RC train cars, but heaven help them if Jerry spots them moving any of the pieces around. But you, oh love of dear Jerry's life, you can move any damned piece you want. Johnny made a splash as the premier wedding officiant in all of Vegas. His impression was so uncanny that many attendees felt transported to the 1950s. He still finds time to look for Duke, who just never seems to show up these days. Probably off gambling, Johnny supposes. Key's epic concerts and workshops have revitalized the piano business, bringing back the industries of piano movers, piano tuners, and page turners. Her content has millions of followers, though she has yet to find out how much popularity she has, since she hasn't been able to tear herself away from the keys for more than a few moments each day. And those few moments are always spent with you, talking about music and making plans for more. Keith's body was never found. Koa's Comfort Warehouse becomes a massive success after an ad of Koa snoring on a couch for 30 seconds goes viral. Koa refuses to let fame go to his head, however, and despite the increased demand, prices remain as affordable as ever. Despite an entire warehouse of comfortable places to sleep, Koa's favorite snooze spot is still in your arms. While her coffee shop runs smoothly, Kopi finds herself having to battle numerous lawsuits about the use of their business name. Kopi decides to change course and change the name to something totally different: Dunkin' Donuts. Memoria's company Memorandum continues to satisfy and unsettle. Her clientele frequently report feeling much more in touch with their dark sides, even as their homes are literally lightening up. Lucinda Limitless, the best human who ever lived, of course won every single award possible for her achievements. This led to the terms first place, gold medals, and fastest hot dog eater to be simply renamed Most Lucinda. Luke returns from abroad to meet you from time to time, bringing you stories of valor and exotic toasted treats from lands far away. After a distinguished career translating for all walks and varieties of life, Lyric realized that his services were but a stopgap. So he turned his immense talents to invention and built the Transworder. A fantastical combination of the printing press, the assembly line, and a bit of steampunk magic, the Transworder takes any book, in any language, and translates it, with all the intention of the original author to the language of the user's choice. He has just completed the translation of the Bhagavad Gita, which apparently is quite a bit funnier than anyone had yet deduced. He loves to show off to you, bringing his latest translation to your house. His favorite thing is asking you to read them aloud and devolving with you into goofy laughter at your pronunciations. Feeling silly has never felt so lovely. As one of Moneycoin's top-performing senior blockchain project acquisition analysts, Mac was rewarded handsomely with a 2.5% cost of living raise and a framed certificate proclaiming them January's Analyst of the Month. Mostly they worry that they're going to be replaced by a computer, which is an extremely ironic twist that you find very humorous. Although at night, when you're in your bed, you find the irony disquieting. When you feel the disquietude, though, you simply roll over to Mac and they stroke your hair. All better. After her last whirlwind tour, Maggie sent you her signed manuscripts, care of an address postmarked Turkleman City, Florida. Together with his inanimals, Mateo now runs an international secret rescue network for abused animals all over the world. So far, he has shut down 4 dogfighting syndicates, a sales ring for exotic parrots, and a chain of backwater circus houses. Davy still wanders off from time to time, but he always comes home with several new members to add to the pack. Recently, Mateo had to go on a rescue mission overseas, and bringing his inanimals was impossible. You thought he'd called to commiserate, but he was actually asking you to watch over them while he was gone. You have never felt more trusted or more loved. Whenever you and Mitchell find yourselves in the same city, he treats you to the kind of meal most mortals can only dream about. But he always leaves room for the main course, Roast Critic. While it never replaced fiat currency, Monique's Pizzas ended up becoming a franchise that was sorely needed for America's ailing middle class. A large film distributor buys the rights to Nightmare's most popular films, setting about remaking them with massive budgets. Nightmare is so disgusted by the whole thing, she quits film, only coming out of retirement to help you decorate your yard for Halloween once a year. She volunteers at the senior center now. Many of them mistake her for an angel of death, but they love her all the same. After many record-breaking years of album releases and performances, Miranda Dulcita Tostadora launched her own label, Crispy Baby Records. She still sends you an advance copy of any album her label releases. She values your feedback above all others. The only problem is now everyone is aware of your love life. All her songs are about you. Parker's days of being an umpire add a powerful nobility to the profession. His steadfast regard for rules makes the players respect him, though his unpredictability makes them fear him. He's never been happier than when making a difficult call. Penelope convinced her boss to invest in a struggling office supply retailer, insisting that computers will someday let us down or perhaps kill us all. The company has not gone under, yet. Phoenicia's murals of positivity have adorned the sides of skyscrapers from Dublin to Dubai, bringing smiles to people all over. Her next project is to be even more fantastic and visible: crop circles. Chrissy still works for the great nation's park service, but she has been promoted. Several times, in fact. She is now in charge of all the fieldwork for the MRC, the Mycelial Research Campaign. Prissy studies mushrooms and has found them to be an endlessly fascinating and intricate celebration of life, death, and evolution itself. Rainey's run of talc was so successful that it got picked up for a sold-out stint on Broadway. Rainey left acting soon after the run, insisting that she'd rather go out on top and that she could never play another role with the same commitment and authenticity. Graduates of Rebel's unincorporated charity home found their GPAs stunningly high, athletics through the roof, and more importantly, lots and lots of dates. The number of hate crimes around the world has gone down tremendously due to Reggie's tenacious tricksters. Groups are terrified of banana peels, hand buzzers, and whoopee cushions. River creates a candle she claims is your own unique mix of scents, and it proves to be quite popular. She sends you one of your own. It smells amazing, but does it smell like you? Who knows? Rongo Maifenwa quickly worked her way up to management at the dairy farm. The freedom to give orders once more pleases her greatly, though she never misses a chance to play in the mud with the kids, both goat and human. John Wick made a name for himself in the criminal underworlds of fine metal forgers around the country. No one dared to counterfeit anymore, so he took his finely tailored clothes to the public broadcasting system, where every week he gives appraisals of pewtered pots aplenty. Skips gives you comps to every performance of every show. Some nights, as the lights go down and the play is about to start, you swear you can hear him whisper, "Luna Night, is that you?" The stage door, after the curtain comes down, is awash in fans waiting for the actors to emerge. You wait alone for the one slippery shadow who drifts through the crowd. To your eyes, the real star of any show. And he drifts right towards you. Every time. Shelley finds a way to combine both her passions, putting on the library's first bodybuilding competition. The winner receives a $20 gift card to Beanbucks and all their library fines wiped out. The competition is a rousing success, going viral on social media and ensuring the library's funding remains secure for years to come. Sinclair, the proverbial philosopher king, led humanity into a new era of prosperity. Stefan and Mr. Cluckles eventually become the faces of a successful artisan seaweed brand, though Stefan is rather miffed when he realizes that customers are more attached to Mr. Cluckles than to him. Stella brings a fresh perspective on streaming and brings in viewers by the millions each weeknight, though she knows that those viewer numbers can always be stepped up. Stepford frequently sends you motivational Monday texts, often at ungodly hours, with photos of himself working out, body paint and all. In all the years since Teddy has taken up residence at the Bean, the only thing that has changed in his life has been a very slight relocation of seats due to drafts. In addition to keeping busy with her localization work, Textbox Chan joins the board that governs the adoption of emojis for text messaging, the UI Code Consortium. Most recently, a pair of glasses suspiciously similar to the Dateviators have been added to your phone's keyboard. You can't help but smile fondly when you see them. Timothy's work at the train station nets him international acclaim, and when he travels to Japan to connect with his colleagues overseas, his presence causes quite a stir. Timothy is honored with a limited edition Tokyo Metro card that sells out immediately. And 1 year later, Timothy merchandise is available in most Tokyo Metro stations. Timothy returns from his trip to Japan with kawaii souvenirs and many, many stories about the perfection of Japan's timely train system. But as much fun as it was, Timothy can never be too far from you for too long. Tina's TV career takes a disastrous turn when she goes too far even for a reality TV villain. She returns home for a few months to stay out of the public eye, inviting herself over weekly to watch TV on your couch and complain about her former co-stars. Fix-It Tone is so popular that Tony merchandise is now widely available in all retail and grocery stores. You can't go anywhere without seeing Tony's face smiling at you and reminding you that whenever you start to overthink matters of the heart, hey, forget about it. Her performance at the dinner show got the attention of a recruiter, one who worked with an anti-whaling organization. Though she feared water, Titus decided there was no greater cause than to protect those who couldn't protect themselves. After a few months at sea, keeping the whales safe from the scourges of the ocean, she found her own ship attacked and wrecked, with 25 other crewmates adrift in a life raft. Her impressive resolve kept her crew alive, and most importantly, never once did they get wet nor soggy. Her resting hero face kept the waves frightened and at bay. Tyrell has since sold his business to his employees, but he can't stop himself from coming into work, if only to check in on his towel buddies. Von Trapp's business booms, then fades as he completely exterminates all the vermin in the city limits. He drives his panel truck around hoping to bring up business, but for some reason it doesn't seem to work. Washford has found a beautifully tragic rhythm in his hermit's life. He wants for nothing, except of course for the things he longs to want for. Wall, wall, wall. Wall, wall, wall. Wall, 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 wall. Wall, wall, wall. Wall, wall, wall. Wall, 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 wall. Willie is so successful as a consultant that she expands her business, hiring several of your former co-workers to continue the extensive cleanup required after the industry-wide haste to adopt AI. There's a deep satisfaction in knowing that Willie is now turning the tables on both of your behalf. Maybe there is some justice in this world after all. Gwendolyn found that she was so good at discovering gossip that was true, she caught the attention of an intelligence service that shall not be named. She kept her TV show, but she also uncovered covert secrets. She's in talks for the rights to the movie dramatization of her life, though she's holding out for a better price for her bird friends. Zoe continues to love her life and her job as a paranormal facilitator. She's had a couple of close calls, but the majority of her ghostly clients are nervous, if ultimately grateful. Skylar gets to work immediately on creating a new version of the Dateviators, one that everyone can use. The world seems to be full of these days of happy, realized people doing wild, magical things. Through the power of the Dateviators, you can see that there was love always around you.
Everything leads to love. It makes your heart beat day and night. If you feel a skip a beat when your eyes meet, you can take a chance, make a choice, listen to your inner voice. Everything's alright. No matter what you do to make your dreams come true, the choice is up to you. Everything leads to love.